you will need to create a visual for your idea. This could be a logo, a product, or a mascot, along with a catchy slogan, and lastly, an in-game description of how your idea fits into the world of Super G. In the Discord server, share your concepts in the ideas and feedback channel, under the thread, community event, your ad here. We'll pick some of our favorite ideas to illustrate and include in the game. You could even make a cheeky ad for a project you're working on. Just remember, it's all satire, and the funnier the better. Good luck.
Alright, back to level design. One part of the new level I found particularly challenging was the 3 different paths through the ice tunnel. Here's a very early prototype version. Josue and I hopped on a call to discuss the direction of this sequence a bit more.
That's fun. Oh, right into the truck! Like, I think when I first designed the spark plug hazard, I think like I designed them as if they were in a smaller space, meaning that like they don't look as like dangerous. Does that make sense?
Right. Obviously, I just kind of threw it together and slapped the ice texture on it, but I've been kind of struggling with like, how do you make this look good? Because it kind of looks kind of wacky right now. Well put, former version of myself. The cave did indeed look kinda wacky, but not long after this, I found a solution to get the cave walls closer to the look we wanted. Instead of manually moving around vertices like I had done previously, I used a displacement modifier in Blender, combined with a few subdivisions to get the natural bumpy look. Combined with an ice shader I shamelessly stole from a YouTube tutorial, the wall was looking pretty convincing. And because it's a non-destructive workflow, it's so much easier to make changes than my old method. The date of the playtest was rapidly approaching, so Josue and I met up once more with a to-do list of things we had to get done before then. We decided Josue would work more on the level design of the cave area, and I would wrap up work on the last few item combos. What do I mean by item combos? Well, if you want a more detailed explanation, it might be worth going back and watching the previous devlog, but essentially the items that are rewarded to players in the game are a combination of 2 different item types. For instance, a single rocket gives you a butane boost, a rocket and explosive gives you the penguin missile, a rocket and a rocket gives you the jetpack. Now, if we want to include the explosive, rocket, and freezing types in the upcoming playtest, we have to finish implementing a couple item combos that we haven't got to yet. Here's us discussing how we can prototype some of these items to at least have something working in the demo in a couple days.
Basically, like, if you wanted to reskin one of the yellow bombs to blue, and basically it's like you're throwing the ice effect.
What if we have the ice bomb when you throw it? Like, I could make it spawn a bunch of ice that you can slip on and a bunch of like ice fillers, so it like freezes an area like that. And so, while Josue started work on the sea cave tunnel design, I got to work on the first missing item, the Cooler Master. This would essentially spawn a snowstorm smokescreen behind the player to inhibit the viewing conditions of everyone behind them. This was a pretty easy one to prototype all in all, most of the work being this really mediocre particle system. That's kind of nice.
That's it? Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's the ability. You make everyone blind.
Pretty much. We streamed on Twitch for 7 hours straight that day, and only ended up talking about Splatoon 6 different times, which is actually lower than average.
I move, yeah, I roll, and I feel the melody, you better ink.
Is that a Splatoon? And here is me working on the last prototype item, the Frigidaire projectile, which you'll see more of shortly. And so the day of reckoning had finally come. I still had a number of small bugs to fix, but at this point I was really tired of delaying, so in the words of Bill O'Reilly,
"We'll do it live! F*** it! Do it live!"
I got everybody in a Discord call, and after a bit of troubleshooting, we all managed to get in the same lobby. The yellow number that shows up next to the player's name is their ping, and it was at this point I realized I need more US West Coast friends. So we started the game, and I was kind of pleased to see that everything was working. We had 8 people in a lobby, continents apart, all flying down the same hill. For the first 15 seconds, at least, suddenly I was struck by a penguin missile I didn't even see coming, and upon respawn, I realized that, that respawn is broken. Oh, I got mega stuck.
I feel lonely up here.
And you just kinda be stuck there for the rest of the race. This would be the biggest and most frustrating bug of the day, but there were some others. One particular